We are live at Dragon Stadium in Round Rock, Texas. High school football started in the state last night. We have Midway tonight against Round Rock High School and games throughout the state. All sorts of stories, and one of the great players and All-American, College Football Hall of Fame, Derrick Johnson. He's a part of the Texas High School Football Hall of Fame and soon to be the Texas Sports Hall of Fame. Derrick, thank you as always for your time. What does that mean to be from the state and be a part of the immortality when you're inducted tomorrow?
You know what? It's a dream come true. Whenever you tag Hall of Fame to it, to award, that's a pretty big deal. So I'm really excited for my family to be there to just to celebrate for job well done.
As a Waco native, does it mean even more to you that it is happening in your hometown?
You know what? It really does. You know, it's crazy being from Waco and being able to be inducted to the Texas Football Hall of Fame or the Texas Sports Hall of Fame to be in my hometown. It's pretty cool. My mom, everybody will be there, so it'll be just a welcome home for me.
Well, it's well-deserved, well-earned, and I'm fortunate enough to be on some of these committees and are in the rooms when they bring names up, and it's hard. I mean, there are a lot of people that don't even get on the ballot, much less get on the ballot and get moved into the Hall of Fame as well. Have you been to that lately? Derrick, have you had a chance to go visit the actual museum itself?
No, tomorrow I'll be my first day, viewing it. But I tell you what, I'm so appreciative. When you talk about the committee, I mean, that's a big deal. Like, I'm sure there's so many names, so many great players in their specific sports, not just football, that's trying to get in, and that have good reason to get in. But I'm just so appreciative and fortunate that I got in, and this is pretty cool, yeah. Really cool.
Derrick Johnson with us on Sikkim 365 Radio. What are your thoughts as a Texas football player? You have been a part of course, some of the greatness of what that program has done over the years. Not as much lately, but what are your thoughts about what is the pending move with Texas and OU to the SEC?
Well, Texas is just speaking of Texas is a big-time school, regardless of the unfortunate seasons we've had. We've missed the mark too much the last few years, or even longer, I should say. But Texas standard is high. So regardless if we're going to be in the Big 12 for the next couple of years or going to the SEC sooner than later, we got to pick it up. We got to pick it up, and the standard is high, and we set that. I was part of the regime that set that high standard of winning at least 10 plus games a year, which is hard to do because everybody, when you play Texas, you're going to get their best. And my hat's off to Coach Stark and his coaching staff. I think he has a really, really stellar coaching staff. But the proof is in the pudding. You got to wait till the games come, and I'm rooting for him, obviously.
What do you think about playing A&M again?
I can't. That'll be awesome. That'll be awesome. I was part of the era that played OU and played Texas A&M, and those two games they're out of this mind, and it's something that you have to experience to know exactly how it was. But that'd be great. I don't know if Texas A&M are quite happy with us moving to where they're at, but I tell you what, at the end of the day, it's going to be a great rivalry that'll be set back in stone.
You went to Texas during a time when Mac Brown was feasting and really starting to take Texas to another level that led to a national championship. If, in fact, you were at Waco High today and the landscape included teams in the SEC today, A&M, would that have changed your mind at all where you went?
You know what? Of course, it would have gave me more thought process. But I tell you what, being from Waco, being so close to the Burnt Orange, it'd be hard not to go there. It really would. But obviously, I'm biased because that's all I know. But yes, it would be a little bit more of thought process if I was coming out today.
Well, how much of that? I mean, obviously, if Mac Brown's at Texas and doing that, Mac Brown's your guy, right? I mean, that's most of the reason you go to a place is because of the coach, isn't it?
Absolutely. And Mac Brown he's the ultimate recruiter. So you talk about parents in love and having that push from the parents saying, "Hey, I want you to go here," or "This seems like a good place." Because as kids, we look to our parents to give us advice. And I tell you what, Mac Brown had all the parents in the middle of his hand.
He had him in his hand, and now he's doing it back in North Carolina. He just got a 5-star guy. I mean, you're not surprised by that, I guess, right?
Not at all. I mean, this is what he does. He's the type of person that he likes to bring people together, coaches and players, and just get the best out of his product. And he's doing that now, so that's great.
Derrick, you have, as you know, we've mentioned it, Paul mentioned it, born and raised in Waco and all the way through, and now where you are, and of course the great run in the NFL as well with Kansas City, the time in Oakland. What do you think of when people look at you here in Waco and have now since back when you became a star linebacker in like 2000, when you had the monster games under Johnny Tusa? What does it mean to you that people look up to you the way they do?
I never take that for granted. It's to have the influence I have. I'm very fortunate. I don't take that for granted. My passion is working with kids and developing kids and actually helping kids so the next generation can leave a legacy like I did. And being a proud Waco, like a Central Texas person. It's wonderful, man. I can't wait to get back tomorrow. Of course, my mom still lives there, so I'm in Waco every other month. But I tell you what, tomorrow's going to be
All right, what running back do you not miss tackling?
Beast mode. I tell you that's real right there. Yeah, that's easy. And Adrian Peterson. I mean, you got them all. LaShawn McCoy. I mean, these guys. I mean, certain guys got their own, type of talent, but I tell you what, it just gives you a headache when you're trying to tackle these guys. But of course, I've made some good plays on them. They made some good plays on me.
Derrick, I know you got to go. Last question. New first-year head coach Lyndon Helt at Waco High. Yet another. The transition continues. Have you had a chance to visit with him much about taking over the program that has struggled, trying to get back to the roots of what Waco High football used to be?
I have, and I tell you what, you can tell the leadership from him. As soon as I even talked to him yesterday, I went to the Great Waco Chamber, the event at Baylor. I won the David Campbell Award, so I went there and I talked to him then. I tell you what. He's fired up. It's obviously it's a challenge because of where we were the last few years, but coaches really just take it, one day at a time. But he's really eager that he can turn this thing around, and of course he's going to need some help from everybody. But I tell you what, I'll be down there this coming week, and I'll be talking to the guys and just to give us some inspiration.
Congratulations, Derrick, on yet another honor that you not deserve. You do that, but earned because of what you've done on the field, but also what you've done with your life as well. Thanks for your time. We appreciate it. Enjoy tomorrow.
That's awesome. Thank you so much.
Derrick Johnson, he will be inducted, as will many others, into the Texas Sports Hall of Fame. If you've never been there and you've been to Waco, and Derrick will be there, he's now enshrined starting tomorrow. It is phenomenal. From the days of the Southwest Conference to the early days of Texas high school football to the Cowboys their first year in 1960. It has everything, videos, memories. It's a museum. It's the Smithsonian Institute of Texas Athletics.
Let's calm down a little bit. It's the Smithsonian. There's a few more millions of dollars that go into the Smithsonian, but no, it's an incredible place.
Of Texas sports.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, it is. It's got everything. You turn left or right. It doesn't matter what sport. It has it. They do an incredible job, and that will be tomorrow, of course, the induction ceremony as well. All right, when we come back, we are live in Round Rock, Dragon Stadium, just on the north side of Austin, Texas. Paul Catalina, Craig Smoak. I'm David Smoak. Hayden Bumpus is here. Armstrong Sims back at our studio, running the mothership. And then later on in the night, we've got high school football midway and Round Rock at 7 o'clock on Sikkim 365 Radio and 365 Sports as well on YouTube. I lost connection for a little bit. I'll go back